Good morning. Happy Saturday, everybody. Broadcasting live from Morelia, Mexico. I'm Bill the Geek. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel, and we make video presentations about the joys of living in Mexico. We get together and do this every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time. We went through time change we don't do time change down here, but y'all up north go through time change. So people here in Morelia, here it's 9 o'clock a.m. So people in Morelia like Tooth Fairy, Dave, Michelle, they have no clue that we're going live right now. It'll take them a week to figure out what's going on. But for everybody else, happy that you could show up. We got a lot to cover this morning. There have been some changes in immigration. I've got some dental stories to share with you. And of course, we've got a lot of we got some super video clips to share with you this morning. So, if you're new here, ask any questions. It's your show. Ask questions. Where's a good place to live in Mexico? How much does it cost to live in Mexico? What's immigration about? What's it like to live with all Mexicans in a small town? Ask anything you want. And every Saturday, I mix your questions and comments with my video clips because I'm traveling almost every week. We got people in the house. We got James Mercer in the house. We got Nancy Trevino in the house. Always great to see you here. And the one and the only, the fabulous Char Williams is in the house, kicking it off, speaking Spanish. Okay, okay, Tom Sands in the house. Ola from Indian Island. And who is this? I think we got a newbie in the house. I can't say your first name, but I'm going to say Ms. Wright. I'm so happy that you are here. Aloha. Welcome to the house. I've been to Hawaii 2 times with my second wife. I loved Hawaii. I was on the Big Island and in Maui. And Ms. Wright, you know what Little Beach is? If you can tell me what Little Beach is, Kai. Okay, Kai. You know what Little Beach is? I've been to Little Beach 2 times with my first wife. That's funny. Hugh, we got Hugh in the house. Ola, Hugh, Sammy, what a name. Ola in the house. Sammy, love you too, Ms. Wright. Woo! Maui, wow. Okay, so let's get with the program here. I've got a lot to cover today, and I'm going to be Dora Ray's back and in the house. Hola, speaking that Spanish. She must be fluent. I got a lot to cover today. Jamie, who's in Mexico, he was living in Montreal. So he lives outside of Montreal. He was selling his house, going to move down here. So he hooked up with Rosie, the relocation person that I recommend a lot for people to contact here in Morelia. And he had all of his stuff all hooked up and ready to go. He was all hooked up and ready to go. He was ready to get all of his paperwork done, and he was coming in under the NRE program. That's where you can come in, let your immigration visa expire, and then you can get a 1, 2, 3, or 4 year or even a permanent visa without showing any financials. So he was all up and ready to go. And Jamie, he sent me a WhatsApp message when he got here. He got here, I think, Thursday morning. He wanted to get together Friday morning for breakfast. So he sent me that message at 6 o'clock a.m. And around 8 o'clock a.m., I got a message from Mariana of the Mexico Relocation Guide, and she shared with me that many cities were stopping the NRE program or postponing it so that you could only do it in certain cities, and the changes are being made rapidly. So that screwed up all of Jamie's plans. He was here in Morelia. I guess Mariana or Rosie told him to go to Mexico City. So he got here. He was here for a couple of hours. Then he had to get on a bus, go to Mexico City to try to get all of his business down there. Okay, so that's hot off the press. The NRE program is in flux. So just a word to the wise, and I'll cover more on that as we go through the broadcast. Ms. High Vibe is in the house. Hello, High Vibe. Always great to see you here. And let me pre-warn you, High Five, that I took a trip recently, and I'm going to show you the highlights of my trip to Zihuatanejo and Ixtapa. These are clips that I have not shared with you. There are some excellent clips with my tour guide. And so that's 3 videos I put up in the last 3 weeks about Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo. Great trip. But this week I'm headed up north. High Vibe. This week I'm headed up north about 4 or 5 hours. And you were mentioning you were interested in some more country kind of places, more low-key places. That's where I'm going this week. I will have clips on those for next week, so you want to stay tuned. We got pretty boy Brian Maiden in the house. We've done videos with Brian. He's up in Canada. And let me say, on my list of announcements this morning is here at Bill the Geek on the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. We love Ukrainians. We love Canadians. We love Mexicans. We love people from Greenland. Let freedom ring to everybody. We love us some Canadians, especially the ones named Brian Pretty Boy Maiden. Always great to see you. Okay, now back to Kai. Yeah, Little Beach is a nude beach in Hawaii. That was the first time I'd ever been to a nude beach with my wife. That was freaky, but it felt so good. If you haven't been to a nude beach, one thing, if you're in Hawaii, the beach is really cool anyway. You get to swim with tropical fish and everything's all beautiful and everything, but you're nude. And it's kind of weird at first, but after about a half an hour, it just feels so good. Just being naked on the beach and the breeze just blowing through the air and all. And if you go to a nude beach, when you look around, then you realize why they invented clothing. I'm telling you, man, you go to a nude beach, you see all these old fat people naked. It's like, oh, please put something on. Stephen Nathan in the house. Hello, anyone all jacked in mid-Canada. Great. I've had breakfast with Stephen and his son. I think that was in Mazatlan. Great to see you here. Matt Brazelton. Hola, Matt. Reporting from beautiful Ajijic, Mexico. It's a big attraction for Americans. Population about 40,000 people. They got expats out the butt living in Ajijic. And Matt, I sent you that email this week. You asked me a question. Please let me know if I responded appropriately, and if I provided with you the information that you needed. She thinks, so she speaks in the house. I'm so glad that I got my residency back in 2022 before the financial requirements increased. Yes, sirree. I got my permanent visa, I think about 8 years ago. And now I couldn't swing it. I just couldn't swing it. Okay, now here we go. Moving down in August, September, Tulum 2025, hoping to use the Ren Pilgrim in 2026. I canceled in 2024. Okay. Right on. Lenora Wilson in the house. Good morning to Lenora. Okay. I've never been there. I have to check that out. Katrina the Maker looking good this morning. Ola and Berlane in the house. Berlane has been under the weather. She emailed me. I think she had some like a back problem or something like that. She's taking care of that. So you take care of yourself. And we got Savvy. Ola Savvy. Ola, greetings from Chapala. And we've interviewed. She has a fabulous. We did a video together, about a year ago. And she has a fabulous bed and breakfast in Ibarra. That's about a 5-minute drive from Chapala. You got to check it out. You can stay at her bed and breakfast. We did a video. It is fabulous. You got to go there. Okay, Hawaii, but out of here this year. Get out of there, girl. You look a lot like Janet Jackson when she was young and hot. Angeles Moore. Hola, amigo. ¿Cómo está? Good morning, everyone. I made it again. Great to see you in the house. Steve in Fort Lauderdale, moving to Puerto Vallarta. Steve, right on. I lived in Puerto Vallarta for 10 years, and I don't have anything to say. Okay. I don't have anything bad to say about PV. So come on down, James, to start a project art studio in Morelia. I love Morelia. I love it here. Okay, so also, I have a lot of stories to tell about what happened to me, because usually after my Saturday broadcast, I go to my favorite grocery store, La Comer, and I wind down for the week, go do my weekly grocery shopping. And so I get to La Comer, the grocery store, last week, and I guess it's like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and somebody says, Bill, and nobody, I don't know anybody down here. So and I turn around and it's one of our subscribers, Paige. Her name is Paige. Bill, I'm Paige, and she was with us last week. In fact, she's in Morelia now. Maybe she's in Guanajuato right now. But we talked for about a half an hour in the grocery store. That's funny. That used to happen to me a lot in Ajijic. I couldn't go outside in Ajijic, Chapala. People talk to me and stuff, but that's all cool. That was funny. Liston Henry living here. Liston Henry here. He is in Morelia. He shows up on time. Right on, Liston. Great to see you in the house. Savvy. So happy I got my 4-year residency in 2023 before the amnesty program ended for some. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm telling you, man. Kind of a weird thing. Kind of a weird thing to talk about is Donald Trump. They want to start that program where if you give the United States government $2 million, then you can get like a green card. $2 million. So they say they're going to erase the deficit with that. But, and I thought it was kind of weird at first, but if you think about Mexico, with these new residency laws, Mexico don't play. They don't let you come into Mexico unless you got some cash. You got to have like $70,000 in the month or in the bank, or you got to be making like $4,000 a month. It's not too far from the Donald Trump program in the United States. Okay, yeah, it's less than $2 million, but you want to come into Mexico, they don't play. If you ain't got no cash, you can't play, so whatever. All right. Now, JH, I'm reading a book on anti-gravity. It's impossible to put down. And before we go any further, let me say a couple of quick hellos here first. Reggie Meggs. Hola, Reggie. Great to see you in the house as always, planning a trip to get down here. People saying, hello. Okay. The buck stops here. Buenos dias, feliz sábado. That means good morning, happy Saturday. Glad to catch the live streaming today. And here's the girl that here I got to call you on the phone, girl. We got to talk. This is another person. I was wondering if you would make it today because there's a time change. So for us right now, it's 9:17 in Chicago, which is U.S. Central Time. Is 10:17. So, girl, I'm so happy you made it today. I almost emailed you this morning to let you know. But great to see you, Tooth Fairy, as always. James Davis from Charlotte, North Carolina. North Carolina is one of my favorite states. I've done a lot of business there. I've done a lot of business in North Carolina. The people are fabulous. I love that state. Yeah, 5 millions. 5 millions. 5 millions. Okay, now, I want to talk about dental health here a little bit. Last week, last Friday, so I'm going to say like 9-10 days ago, it was a Friday evening. I went to brush my teeth. I made a big smile. I'm brushing my teeth and I look above this big tooth right in front. There was a big black line going across the top of it. And I'm thinking, what's that? So I had finished brushing my teeth. So I brushed some more. I had eaten I made some dish with a lot of pepper. I thought it was just pepper stuck in my gums. Okay. So I brushed. It didn't go away. The black line stayed there. The black line I started freaking out. In fact, that was on a Thursday night. So that was like 10 days ago. I was freaking out the next day. About 4 or 5 blocks from where I live, I walk by this dentist office almost every day. So I go, it's Friday morning. I walk into the dentist office and I say, hey, I was freaking out, man. What the heck? I got a big black line above my front teeth. And I'm thinking, oh, what is this? I was thinking I was in some kind of horror movie or something. So I go into the dentist's office. It's like 9:30 in the morning. I'm freaking out. Look here. What's this? And it was one of the dental assistants. She said, well, and she was very nice. I can't help you. You'll have to see one of the dentists here. I said, okay. So I set an appointment for Monday. And so this Monday, I went to the dentist. His name is Cesar. He and his wife, both Mexicans, of course, Christina and Cesar, wonderful people. They look like they're about 35 years old, both of them dentists. And so Monday, he looks in my mouth and he spoke limited English. So most of this conversation was in Spanish. And he says, oh, okay, you need 2 root canals and a couple of crowns on your 2 front teeth. Okay, I said, well, okay. So I go back on Tuesday. So I was in a dental chair Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I had 2 root canals on my 2 front teeth, and I had 2 crowns put on. Let me show you the teeth right here. Look. The 2 teeth right in front. Right there. Those are new. Brand new, including the root canal. Including the root canal, it cost me 20,600 pesos. That comes, I paid them like $1,000. That was for 2 crowns and 2 root canals. And they had equipment that was like out of Star Trek in there. When I sat down in the chair and they're doing all this electrical seats going up and down, microscopes, and they had these laser stuff going on. And they did something I'd never seen before for X-rays. Cesar, he stuck this thing in my mouth like kind of like this, and this thing was connected to a big screen television, and he went in there and he was, and on the big screen television, it showed the X-ray in full color of all of my teeth. I mean, it was like I'd never seen anything like that before, and all the X-rays were done with a laptop, but they were very good. I might make a video on them. But give me feedback on if that price was good. 2 crowns, 2 brand new high-tech crowns, 2 root canals, took 3 days for $1,000. Tell me if that was a good price before I get 2 video clips. Okay, now, here we go. Okay. Ola from Laguna Beach planning another trip to Mexico. Come back on down. Ola Savvy. Yes. Okay. And one in here. Okay. Now, winters are beautiful. Winters are beautiful in Mexico. Buck stops here. Ola Buck. Glad to catch the live stream today. Glad you could make it with those pretty eyes that you have. I bet when you walk around town, people just freak out looking at them big, bright eyes of yours. Buena dia, a mi la gente. That means hello, happy day to my people. Yep, your people are in the house. Tooth Fairy. Yes, Bill. Okay. Yeah, Matt, because Matt emailed me, which you can do. You can email me and ask me questions. I do respond. So I thought I answered your question. So I'm happy to be of service. People call me all the time. They email me, and this is what I do. Tom Sands across the line here in South Carolina. Ola Tom. Rudy Clemens. Ola Rudy, and tell Sheila I said hello, and my friend in Ohio saying hello to everyone. Barry Joe. Good morning. I received residency last year. I live between California and Guanajuato. Glad to be here. Guanajuato is just so fabulous. I was there last year for the first time. I'm dying to go back. Now, here we go. That's what I'm talking about, Barry. Okay. Yeah, whatever. Savvy Ola. Yeah, sure, I was at the nude beach. Sure, I was. Okay. Now, and we got Tooth Fairy Bill. The difference in the financial requirements for Mexico is they don't take your money. I tell you what, Tooth Fairy, she cracks me because Tooth Fairy is a very intelligent person. She comes back and hits it right on the head. And Marco in Chicago, who turned me on to so many fabulous places to do videos in Mexico. His family is from Morelia. They moved. I think he was born in the United States. Now he's thinking about moving back down here. Now, Ola Marco, Bill, Savvy, and I grew up in the same city. No shit. She introduced me to your program to help me heal. It has worked. Right on. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much, James. That's important. See everybody talking, everybody happy. Two root canal. Yes. Gerald Wilkins, press the thumbs up. Yeah. We got 70 people in the house. We got 18 likes. Thank you so much, everyone, for clicking that like button. Taking a quick break from a class to say hi. Thank you, Marco. Thank you so much. Dario, 2 root canals. Yes. Running machine. That would have cost you like $5,000 where I go. Oh, and they were so friendly, and the equipment was so modern. People would be shocked. Okay, that Precio, the price is fabulous. They charged my friend in the States $56,000 for less work. Yeah, right on. Okay, let's get to some video clips. I've been showing video clips of the Zihuatanejo area and Ixtapa, but I saved all of the best clips for today. And let me go in here. First of all, let me show you those of you that don't know, Zihuatanejo is about a 4.5-hour bus ride directly south of Morelia. And right next to Zihuatanejo is Ixtapa. And I was there about 3 nights, and I had a guide. This guy here, Tony's Taxi and Services. He's from Mexico City, and he's lived in the Zihuatanejo, Ixtapa area for 25 years. He knows everybody. He knows the city in and out. And I would strongly suggest this trip. I was there the last week of February. It was getting a little hot and humid, but here is Tony right here. He's taking me around. Look at him. There he is. He's totally bilingual. He's just so warm and full of love. I feel like he's my brother now. He has 2 sons. One lives with him in Zihuatanejo, and the other son is here in Morelia going to law school. But this guy, he took me around the area, and he's just so warm and so down to earth. That's right. Give yourself a thumbs up, bro. Give yourself a thumbs up. That's what it's all about. Helping yourself out. Yeah, that's what you need. That's what you need to do. But if you go to Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo, whatever it is, you need to contact Tony. Let me show you his card. Again, I'm going to put up these clips. I'm going to put up in a video this week. This guy, Tony's Taxi and Services, the gringo go-to guy, not just a taxi man. And the great thing about Tony, when you take this tour with him, he showed me stuff like this. Look at this. Look at that view. He says, okay, I'm going to take you to some views that will knock your socks off. And so I said, okay, he says, I can take you on a tour. Let me turn that off and turn it back on. He said, I can take you on a tour. He says, but I'm going to charge you like 400 pesos for an hour, which is like $20 for an hour. But the whole trip, he was giving me all of this information, showing me these fantastic views. And I swear to God, for 1 hour straight, I was just going, oh, I was just going like, oh God. I mean, it was better than a trip to Disneyland. It was better than a roller coaster ride. And we went up and down so many streets. This is a side street in Zihuatanejo. We're headed up the mountain to see these wonderful views. And there's a big difference between Zihuatanejo and Ixtapa. Now, the population of Zihuatanejo is about 110,000 people, while the population of Ixtapa is about 10,000 people. But I bet you could get a really nice apartment on one of these streets for about $300 or $400 a month. I bet. In Ixtapa, that's the rich community. That's like over in Beverly Hills. It's going to be way more expensive, but these are small streets. This is where the regular folks live, people like me, and it's, I mean, just these little streets of nice winding roads. And notice you don't see any debris in the streets. No trash. Just nice, clean places. And a real estate lady, these houses look kind of humble. The housing looks kind of humble. Now we getting into, now we're headed over to Ixtapa, if I'm not mistaken. And I lived in the San Francisco Bay Area for a while, and this area really reminds me of the Santa Clara, Belmont area, the Half Moon Bay area, where you have all of these beautiful condos. Look at all those taxis going by. Beautiful condos with beautiful views. Lots of expats own these properties. And here's another beautiful home with a view of the ocean. I mean, this is what happens if you take a tour. Also, Tony knows who owns the properties, the history of the properties. Let me make a note here. Let me make a note here. Stop here. Okay. He knows who owns the properties, how much the properties cost. The Zihuatanejo area is fabulous. It's beautiful, fabulous. I can't say more. It's well worth the trip. I would stay in Zihuatanejo and plan on spending $80, $90 a night so you have a nice place to stay in on the beach, and then visit Ixtapa. Now, if you're rolling in the cash, like if you're like Brian, Pretty Boy Maiden, you got all the money in the world. You see Brian, Pretty Boy Maiden on Forbes magazine, stuff like that. Well, if you got Brian Maiden money, stay in Ixtapa and pay $250 a night for like a great condo for $250 a night. You got girls bringing you food every night, in bikinis and stuff. Maybe they might spend for another $100. They spend a night with you. But I would stay in Zihuatanejo and then visit Ixtapa. But anyway, I got more fabulous clips of me with Tony, and I will be putting up a video with all of these clips this week. Okay, now, Okay. I'm checking my notes. I'm checking what's going on. Tanya. Hola, Tanya. What be happening, girl? Hey, girl. What up? Having coffee and watching your live. Good time. Great to you. Tanya sent me she missed it last week. She sent me a message in the middle of the league. Said, but Bill, I'm sorry I didn't make it this week. No problems, girl. We're here. And if you're new, we do this we've been doing this every Saturday for 3 years now. Every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time, we go live. And we're so happy to see you in the house, Tanya. Tooth Fairy, me friend is coming to Morelia to see my dentist. She rejected the price. My experience here is braces and root canals. Yeah, man. This is going to be my lifetime dentist family. Cesar and his wife Christina. I'm going to let them take care of my teeth forever. I go back next Friday to get a tooth cleaning. That'll cost me probably about $20 to get my tooth. I got to do that. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, girl. Yeah, Ms. Right. We already do the beautiful stuff here. That's what we do. That's what we do. Fantastico. Wow, that view is fantastico. I'm telling you, man, this trip was excellent. Okay, much better in Puerto Escondido, Puerto Angel, further down the coast. That place, very good, very good. Great feedback. Axel Foley in the house. Good morning. Billy, the kid, and the squad. Axel, always so great to see you here. I only paid, very good. Okay. $50 a night at Madeira Beach in Zihuatanejo. Very good. You found a good spot. And I paid $47 a night. My hotel sucked. It sucked. But you found a good spot. So that's good to know. And last week, Tooth Fairy said something last week. She said, well, before I get a hotel in Mexico, I always ask them to show me the room. I'm going to start doing that. I'm on the road. I'll be on the road this week. I'll be on the road this week for 3 days, making videos for you guys. But $50 a night for a nice hotel is a good thing. Yes, it is. Yes, it is the state of Guerrero. Yes, it is. Mary Jane, hola, Mary Jane. Always great to see you in the house. Okay, Teeth, yes, these little remote towns along the ocean are pretty isolated. Yes, I like some isolation. Now, before I show any more clips, I want to go off topic just a little bit because if I'm not making videos, if I'm not editing videos, I'm watching the news on YouTube. I watch a lot of news, and I wasn't going to say this. I hadn't planned on saying this, but you got to stay informed because a lot of stuff is going on internationally with Canada, Greenland, the European Union, the United States, Russia. So much is going on. I'm going to say a year ago, I was getting all wild and crazy and telling people blah, 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 blah. And things were simple then, but now so with all these tariffs and everything, things are getting wild. But anyway, I came across this YouTube video and I posted it for those of you. For those of you that don't know, we have a Facebook group. It's called Mexico Expats Living in Mexico, Bill Dallas Lewis. Here's what it looks like. There it is. Mexico Expats Living in Mexico, Bill Dallas Lewis. And I was going through YouTube videos, and I found, oh man, what happened to that video? I just put it up a couple of days ago. That's the wrong face. This isn't. I didn't put it up on that page. I guess I must have put it up on my regular Facebook page. So let me go to my regular Facebook page. This is really something you want to take a look at. Come on, man, I can't find it. Oh man. Come on. Oh man. Oh, I can't find my posting. Oh man. Okay. So I can't find what I was looking for. Oh, I could have sworn it would let me look one more time over here. I'm sorry. Uh-oh, what happened? I'm sorry. There we go. I'm sorry. But it was okay. Let's see. Your browser has lost connection. Okay, everything's good. I'm sorry, I can't find that. I can't believe I can't find it. I'm gonna look one more time because I think this was a very important article. Okay, come on now. Okay, let's try this one more time. It was there this morning. Okay, nope, it's gone. Gone. Ah, here we go. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Let me see if I can share this. Okay. Let's try this. Share screen. Share screen. Oh man, what up? Yeah, there we go. Okay, share. Okay, that should work. And there it is right there. It's a YouTube video. I'll put a link to this in the description, but it's about automobile manufacturers in Zimbabwe. And they are kicking some ass manufacturing cars in Zimbabwe and other parts of Africa. And you can find this at our Facebook page. There's a couple of videos down on the main page, but it was an amazing story. It was an amazing story because they are manufacturing electric vehicles for like $13,000 a vehicle compared to Elon Musk 30,000. And then they're also manufacturing, I can't quite remember the term, but it's like internet cars. They don't use gas. You don't have to charge them. You don't need an EV charger. They just run on internet. And they're manufacturing these cars by the thousands, and they're also educating their kids to be engineers. And they're just manufacturing these cars out the ass. And they're supposed to be very good cars. They say they got some kinks in some of the internet connections, but these cars run on the internet. They don't need electricity. They don't need gas. They don't need a lot of the oil parts that make they don't need transmission fluid, oil, and it's just amazing. And being a black person, we don't get Africa doesn't get a lot of good press, But wow, it looks like these manufacturing of these electric cars for $13,000, and then the internet cars is just a super revolution for the economy of Africa. And while the United States is talking about getting rid of the Department of Education, in these countries in Africa, they're educating a lot of kids to be engineers so that they can continue to go into the future with the most advanced cars on the planet. So check it out. Just go to our Facebook page and you got to see. It's like a 30-minute video. It's just awesome. Okay, so let me get back to the page here. Now, here we go. Okay. Oh, yeah, Bill, I recommend that you get a night guard. Oh, if you grind your teeth a long time ago, I chipped my, yeah. Yeah, I've had those. Yes. Tanya contributing to the channel. Thank you so much, Tanya, for coming back this week and being with us. Tooth Fairy. All the dentists in Mexico have state-of-the-art facilities. I've never seen anything like it. Yeah, man, I tell you what, these dentists in Mexico, I remember being in the United States, you know, they got all this radiology and stuff. And then I was in, where was I? I was in Guadalajara, went to the dentist. The dentist pulled out his laptop and took x-rays of my mouth. Didn't cost me any money. I remember in the United States, went into the dentist. They charged me on day one $600 just for x-rays. Lost video. Okay, we're back. Hoping to get out of debt. Big crisis there soon. With a little push, the U.S. will join Russia. Yeah, there's a lot of, you got to stay informed. Way to go, Tanya Stefan. Did I miss? I think I missed saying. I didn't say. Stefan, thank you so much, Stefan, for contributing to the channel. Thank you so much. Okay, I missed that. That sometimes people donate to the channel, and I forget to say thank you. And this something's going on here. Ruben, I watched your YouTube video on Morelia and was wondering, how do you get transportation from your home to the Morelia airport if you have to be there at 5 a.m.? I know there are taxis and Uber, but that early in the morning, do they pick you up? What has been your experience with this? Okay, this Ruben is emailing me this question as we go live right now. And he's talking about, hey, at 5 o'clock, if you need to be at the airport at 5 o'clock in the morning in Mexico, are the taxis available? Is Uber available? Is Didi available? And that has been freaking me out for years. But I'm going to say that in almost everywhere in Mexico that has taxis, almost everywhere. This does not count for Chapala, Ajijic. At Chapala, Ajijic, in the middle of the night, good luck. Maybe it's changed. I haven't been there in like 3 years, but maybe it's changed. But when I was in Zihuatanejo, I needed for Tony to pick me up at 6:30 in the morning to get on the bus, and he picked me up. And while I was waiting on him to show up, probably 6 taxis. I'm staying out in the street. It's dark, waiting on Tony to show up. Probably about 6 taxis passed me before he showed up at 6:30 in the morning. So in almost everywhere you go in Mexico, they didn't have Didi and Uber in Zihuatanejo and Ixtapa, to my knowledge. Okay. So Monday, I need to go to, I want to be at the bus station at 6:30 in the morning this Monday. So I know for a fact, if I go outside, I call Didi or Uber and say I want to go to the bus station. One of those drivers will be there in 5 minutes. So yeah, you can get bus service, taxi service pretty much 24/7. And James Davis, I want to thank James Davis, who clicked the donate button down in the description and donated $11. James Davis, thank you so much for contributing to the channel. Let's go back over here and see what's going on. I'm missing some stuff here. Yeah, okay. Tanya, I said thanks to Tanya. Lost video. I'm scrolling here. No, Facebook did not take it down. No, they did not take it down. It is there running. Elon Musk, his cars are overpriced, boycott. I didn't say it, but I agree. They burning up. They burning. What's going on over here? I don't know. I don't know what's going on with my email. My email over here is just whatever. Oh, BYD. Now, do they sell BYD cars in the United States? Because the BYD cars are fabulous. They're electric cars. They are all over Mexico. Okay, the African country Burkina Faso is also manufacturing EVs. Finally, Africa is on the rise with it's. You gotta watch that video. It is fabulous. Okay, Musk is an idiot. I agree with you totally. If I was born with if I was born with like $1 billion, $1 trillion, you'd call me a genius too. V. Gonzalez, buenos dias from Bakersfield, California. It's raining in God's country. And Tanya, HBS. HB5, hello to you. And if this is your first time here, I still have some clips. I still have a lot of clips of me and Tony, beautiful views coming up. I always have clips to share with you. But if you're new here, ask questions, leave your comments. That's crank. Savvy, that's amazing. I'm not surprised. Blacks have hundreds of thousands of inventions we never talk about. Yeah, you got to watch that video. Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, Catholic, Jewish, it don't matter. You got to watch just to see the future of the automotive industry. SP from KC, Steve, with the strong ties to the economy in the U.S. Are they strong enough to help in the war in the Ukraine or anywhere else much? I don't know. But you made me think of some. Oh, the peso, the value of the peso went up a little bit this week against the U.S. dollar. It's been about the same. It's been about the same for the last 3 months, but the value of the peso went up against the dollar on Friday. And I'm wondering if it's the tariffs. And I'm wondering if the value of the Mexico peso will continue to rise. And I'm wondering if the value of the dollar will go down. Okay, Donita. Good morning, Bill. What has changed and why? What are you talking? I don't understand the question. What has changed and why? BYD cars. Oh man. BYD cars are huge in Mexico. I walk by BYD dealerships regularly, and these cars are awesome. I was wondering about, and they're beautiful. Okay, Matt Brazelton contributing to the channel. Thank you so much, as always. Let's see what's happening. I got to move some things around here. Savvy. Mexico is coming up with an electric car as well. Mexico, I mean, you know, I'm an old guy, but I don't remember reading any Mexico history when I was in like elementary school or junior high school. I don't remember Mexico getting any good press as far as their intelligence, their school systems. Mexico is fabulous. their science. And if you take a drive down some of these freeways through the mountains and these tunnels going through the mountains, how they do that is it's like an act of God. How they built these tunnels and the train tracks in the middle of nowhere going through the mountains. They just like people all over the world are just fabulous. Chinese, Vietnamese, Cambodians, Native Americans. I mean, everybody got a brain, right? People know how to use them. But oh yeah, and then Claudia down here in Mexico, because Trump's talking about the Panama Canal. Then Claudia is saying, well, we're just going to cut a whole river that goes all the way through Mexico, so you don't even have to use the Panama Canal. That's funny. I mean, Mexico, these people are smart down here. Okay, I see you with that super chat giver. You guys are so amazing. Yeah, here at the Bill the Geek channel, on Saturdays, we go bazonkas down here. And these people are cool. They're ready to rock and roll. Let me catch up. See, yes, no BYD cars soon in Canada. I was wondering about that. Sparkle Dust. Sparkle Dust, welcome. You might be new. Okay, Richard McIntyre. Does Merida, Mexico have the largest population of Black expats for the U.S. from the USA? That may be true. They say that Merida is the Atlanta of Mexico. That is what I have heard. Yes, they are. Uber and Didi pick you up at any time of the night and morning. They pick me up at 3:30, 2:30, 4:30 in the morning. They cost a little more, and it takes about 8 minutes to arrive. Thank you for filling us in on that. Moravian update. Truler, a lot of us in California would love to join Canada. Okay. I have to make prior arrangements for, now Savvy. Now we're talking about taxis. And she is in Ibarra. I know it's Ibarra. It's something Ibarra, which is I'm going to say 10 minutes outside of Ajijic, which is an hour away from Guadalajara. So they don't have. I've used I've used Uber in that area. Sometimes they show up in 5 minutes. That's very rare. But usually it takes them like 2 hours to show up because they're coming from Guadalajara. So in the Ajijic, Chapala, Ibarra area, what I did when I lived there, I would go to the grocery store many times, take a taxi back to the house, had a different taxi every time. Every time I would get that taxi driver's card. So I had a stack of taxi drivers' cards. So I could just call them at home. I need a taxi. It's like going back 50 years in time. So certain areas, taxis are good. Overall, in that area, not so. Residency changes for regularization changes. I visited last year and want to apply. Well, as of Friday, the RNE program in many cities has been discontinued. People really don't know what's going on. I think it's been discontinued here in Morelia. In Mexico City, I think it has not been discontinued. So this is where you need a facilitator like Rosie. You can go to buildthegeek.org, go to FAQs, find Rosie, or contact Ibarro. Under FAQs, it says my immigration attorney. You need a facilitator. And that's why the services of Mariana Lang are so important. The Mexico Relocation Guide. You can find a link to her service in the description below. It's a lifetime membership for $500 for a lifetime. But with that service, She'll give you information about visas, relocation, hospitalization, guides and cities. She's hooked up with people all over America. All right. Yes. And Justin Crack. Thank you so much, Justin, for contributing to the channel. Here we go. I've been watching you for a few months, but first time catching a live in real time. Thank you, Sparkle Dust, so much. Yes, we all love America. Yeah, I like that. Tooth Fairy, the Mexican electric Olinia was introduced. Yeah, keep on. Bring that bring that technology on. Okay. All right. Tooth Fairy, Mexico's electric cars will call. Oh, there you go. There you go. Countries like Mexico, Africa, coming out with affordable electric cars. If you guys have not been watching, for those of you that have not been watching the stock market, Elon Musk, his stock is crashing like crazy, going down, down, down. Let's see, something's going on. We're checking email here. My phone's, oh, here we go. Who is this? Okay. Char Williams. Thank you so much, Char, for contributing $21 to the channel. I appreciate that. I will be using this money for bus fare and hotel fare for my trip up north. How's your apartment there? Noisy? Any issues? I've been in Mexico 20 years, James. And for those of you that show up regularly, you have seen this view of where I live. But I'm going to show it again. This is my view from my window. Today, it kind of looks like that, except there are much less clouds. And that, you know, I'm on the computer, but if I look above the computer, this is what I look at all day. And I think I live in a wealthy community, but this is the most quiet community I've lived in 20 years. I've yet to hear any noise at nighttime. I never hear any noise in the daytime. Fortunately, there is no construction going on. This is the most quiet community I've lived in 20 years. Adios, Axel Foley. Thanks for dropping in. Bill, do you still like the area? I love the area. I love Morelia. I'm going to die here. That's it. I'm done, man. I'm going to die as far as I know. But I didn't know about Morelia. 3 years ago, I had no clue what Morelia was. I love Morelia. I think Tooth Fairy loves Morelia. I think Liston Henry loves Morelia. I'm not leaving. It's affordable, and it's a city of 1 million people, and it's there are only a few of Canadians or Americans here. So I can go a month. All I see is Mexicans all month. That's why I moved to Mexico. Reggie Meggs, thank you so much. Yaga in Veracruz is the first town founded by African and Afro-descendant population in 1640. There's a large Black population in that area. Thank you, Reggie. But I tell you what, Veracruz, I'm I'm hesitant to visit Veracruz just because Veracruz is hot and humid year round. That's the only drawback for me. I love America because the community is fabulous. There you go. You all connected on Facebook, right? On Dominique. She is in Morelia. Good morning, everyone. I forgot about the time change. I will have to play catch up. Dominique, great to see you. I told you all at the beginning, somebody here in Mexico would forget about the time change. We got Kimberly in the house. Hi, Bill. Any thoughts on the Mexican government enforcing the immigration form on American tourists? Saw this yesterday on Channel 12 News. Kimberly, this comes and goes. There was an issue with this about a year ago when people in different cities were being stopped for identification. They were expats, Americans, Canadians, and if you didn't have the proper documentation, you would be put in a detention center until you could get your information together. And so this was going on a lot in cities around Mexico about a year ago, and then it all disappeared. So it may reappear. Maybe it's reappearing now. That's one thing about all over Mexico. They'll enforce and then ignore. Enforce, ignore. It depends on what day it is. Looks perfect. Oh yeah, it's cool. I love it. I love it. You're showing out with your super chat giving, Bill. Yeah, right. Hey, girl. Yeah, we're authentic down here. So we're just the real deal here. Have you ever heard gunshot sounds anywhere you have lived? Yes, sure. Sure, I have heard but when I was in Ohio and the Ku Klux Klan lived a quarter mile away, I heard gunshot sounds. There's Cincinnati, sure. Gunshot sounds, see the police chasing bad guys down the street in the middle of the night. New York City, New Hampshire. I've heard gunshots all over the United States, very rarely here in Mexico. What's the average rent in Morelia? That's a very good question. One reason I moved to Morelia because Morelia is extremely affordable. I had visited Morelia, and then I visited Guanajuato, and kind of, sort of, I would prefer Guanajuato. Guanajuato, if you visit Guanajuato, you will fall in love with Guanajuato. There's no way that you cannot love Guanajuato. I could live there in a heartbeat. But I did my real estate comparisons, and Guanajuato was more expensive than Morelia. Not by much, maybe by $150 a month more. Okay, so let me say this. I have a 1-bedroom, 2-bathroom here. And with the value of the peso right now, I'm paying $440 a month. When I was in Mazatlan, I had a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, fully furnished. I was paying about $800 a month. That's 2 times more. And where I was living in Mazatlan, in that building, the prices now have gone up to like $1,200, $1,000 in the same building. I was paying $800. Now those places are like $1,300, $1,200 a month. Then I came to Morelia, and I had a guy helping me find apartments. And on the low, $440 a month is the low end. I told him I only wanted to pay $500 a month. So he says, now, if you live in El Centro, I can find you a place for about $720 a month. That's 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, fully furnished. $750 a month. That's still pretty good. It's a bit beyond my budget. So Morelia, and let me say this also about Morelia. There's down the hill, I live in a Mexican community. These are business owners, family people. And there's a guy that owns a house down the hill from me. His name is David. And he's from Mexico City. He moved here, bought a house in my neighborhood, and he's lived here like 10, 15 years. And he said that Morelia, there are 1 million people here in Morelia. He said that Morelia is more like a town than a city. It has a town mentality, which means everybody's all cooled out. It's not a fast town. They've got all the technology here. They got all the Best Buy, Home Depot, all the Mexican food, malls. So, they have a lot of universities in Morelia, but it's like a town. So I hope that answers for me. I've been living in Mexico for 20 years. I'm paying almost 2/3 less in rent than I was in Mazatlan. That's all I have to say. James, I've been in Mexico for over a year. I've never heard any noise. I am on the streets in Morelia all hours of the night. Thank you, Tooth Fairy. I joined your channel when I first moved to. You live in Morelia? Okay, girl, right on. If I ever moved to Mexico, I would want to live in an area like that. No tourists, no tourist spots for me. Yeah, I love Morelia because you don't see any tourists. I'm going, okay. Tooth Fairy, okay, nice, okay, there you go. Nice, Tooth Fairy. Excuse me, I cut off my sentences accidentally, but I want to tell James that I've been here for a year. Tooth Fairy was here before I was here. Okay, Dominique, ditto. I hear them here also. We hear them in the Atlanta area almost daily as well. That's funny. How much do you pay for rent? I pay $440 a month today. But last week it was only like $427, but the value of the peso went up. Kimberly, that's the same form people fill out when they go to Mexico. Yes. Yeah, that's it. That's what she's talking about. AGL, can't wait to get back to Mexico. I've been in Europe the last 3 years. Come on back. Okay, you guys talking back and forth right on. I love Bill's reports on many cities. His advice is better than the tour agency. Thank you. Oh, you're very welcome, Chanel. You're very welcome, girl. You come on down here. Okay, Kimberly. Okay, I grew up in Mexico, but now it looks like they are requiring it. Enforce you enter. Okay, yeah. Sometimes they enforce, sometimes they don't. Okay. And yeah, it's very quiet. My neighbor and Tooth Fairy lives right down the street from me, so to speak. I don't know. I haven't been there. She hadn't been here. We got to get together for some vegan breakfast at her place. We've talked on the phone, but I know she showed me views of where she lives, and her view is about the same as my view. So yeah. Now, okay. Okay. Hold on a second. Okay, let's see now. Or Ms. Right. Reactions, Bill's facial reaction is all his country accent. I am just in love with his knowledge is on point. I will be turned in with you all. Oh, that's so nice, Ms. Wright. Okay. Yes. Okay. Let me see. Let me see if I can show you something. AGL saying talking about the ARNE regulations. I'm going to try to share something with everyone. Hopefully, I can do this. I'm not sure if I can do this, but I'm going to try to do this. Let's go over here. No. Oh, yes. Maybe I can. Oh, yes, I can do it. Here we go. Okay, so this is the letter that I received yesterday morning. And this is from Mariana Lang at the Mexico Relocation Guide. And you can say, and you can see it right there. It says, Bill, yesterday was a sad day in the immigration space because it was announced that the RNE program is either being suspended in some cities like San Miguel, Allende, and other cities. They are changing the requirements to only allow applicants who never left Mexico after 2022, which means in both cases, many of you wanting to apply for residency through this program may be affected. However, we are getting more clarity around this topic today and in the next few days. Thank you for your patience. This was a surprise to everyone with no warning from the Mexican authorities. So I am sure there will be developments happening in the next few days and weeks. Patience. I am learning things at the same rate that many of you are. And believe me when I say that my network of contacts is working hard to get you all the answers. But the Mexican INE employees might know how to answer, do not know all the answers. So I am sure we will learn more. And that's one of the benefits of joining Mariana Lang's Mexico Relocation Guide. I have a link to her service in the description below. It's $500, but it's a lifetime membership. Woo! Okay, now. Okay. Hold on. Oh, there you go. Okay, I'm looking for where I dropped off. Okay. Do they have jazz blues? Yes, they do. They have jazz and blues. Mexico. Morelia is a world-class city. Ms. Lena, I think Sonia Diaz also posted the RNE update yesterday. Thank you, girl, for helping us out. Charles, Mariana is having a webinar on the 19th to explain the new rules. Thank you very much. What? That's a great question. Live music is a must for me. Yeah. Let me say this. Morelia has 1 million people. It is a world-class city. They probably have more colleges in Morelia than many states in the United States. In Morelia alone, they have a jazz bar. I took a Didi 2 weeks ago, and the taxi driver, he plays jazz in the jazz club in downtown Morelia. Gave me his business card and the hours and the name of the place. The place, I'm going to get this wrong. It's like no name, or without a name, something like that. But they play jazz 7 nights a week. And here in Morelia, the town is not really that much into banda music. You'll hear it a little bit. In Ajijic Chapala, you hear that a lot. In Mazatlan, I'm going to say you hear it a lot. Morena, you hear a lot of 60s, 70s, 90s American music. They be grooving down here. Okay, now here we go. Okay. AGL. I left the U.S. 6 years ago and my health soared. Mexico is really good for your mental health. It's hard to explain, but I've said this many times, but I've met many people that have been watching my broadcast and they decided to move to Mexico. And these people, they look like they're on drugs. Many of these people look like they moved to Mexico. They look like they're on drugs. They're not on drugs. And I mean, the kind of drugs, like it must be like an opiate or something like they look really happy and mellow, and they're not on drugs. They're just happy and mellow and chilled out. I think living in Mexico is going to add like 40 years to my life. I think I'm going to live to be probably like 200 years old. I'll still be going live on Saturdays in another 130 years because of what Mexico has done for my health. Do you have any issues with your senior citizens discount card? No. No, I've never had an issue. The thing is, the only issue I've had is when I want to use it to get on the bus. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. Where was I going? I was going down to Ixtapa. And I went to get on and I tried to use the card and the bus was full. And if 4 people have used their cards before you try to use your card, then you can't use the card. There's a limit on the bus. They only allow 4 people to get the discount. So if your bus is full and 4 people use the discount card before you show up, you can't use your card. You have to pay full price. But other than that, the discount card has been very cool. And we got my 2 girlfriends here. They're late. Saludos from your 2. I see. That's what I said. My 2 girlfriends. See, when I get girlfriends, I always get them 2 at a time. That's the only way to do it. Why do 1 when you can be doing 2? That's that's the way Bill the Geek rolls. If you ever see me you ain't ever gonna see me with 1 woman. If I'm have 1 woman, I'm gonna have 2. Sometimes I have 3 women. When I leave my apartment, I always have 3 women with me carrying my stuff. Give me something to drink. Give me some money. One of them driving the car. I'm sitting in the back seat with the other ones. Bill the Geek be rolling. I roll. Now. Thanks for loving the greatest country in the world. I have found heaven here. All right. Channel boy, the jazz and blues in Wadi was so much fun. Yeah, there's a ton of jazz down here. Kimberly, thank you, Bill. Mariana is a wealth of knowledge. Yeah, and for those of you, let me get to packing my dang gong. Yeah, pack up, get ready to move, and don't wait. Don't wait. I know some people wait. Oh, they got to wait until everything's just right. I got to pack up all this furniture. I got to do this and that. Don't wait. Get rid of your stuff and just come on down. Everything will work out. Okay. Yeah, come on down. I play jazz. Yeah, James, I play jazz flute. Got my flute right back here. Been doing that for like 40 years. Okay, my typos. And to my girlfriends, thank you. Thank you, my girlfriends, for contributing $10 to the channels. My girls know that I got to pay my rent and pay to travel. Yeah, live music is everywhere in Morelia. Super chat giving, yes. Mental health, yes. Steve, I'm turning 80 this fall. I need to move on down to Morelia soon so I can live another 40 years longer down there. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Cool flute. Yes. Okie dokie. Now, let me get back. I still have some video clips to share with you. What is the artist scene like in it's plentiful. It's all over Morelia. Morelia is a world-class city, I'm telling you, and it's affordable. Okay, now, I still got some video clips of me and my man, Tony, cruising around. Here we go. Now we're back on tour with Tony, cruising through the high spots. This place is really, we're cruising through Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo. All of these condos, really affordable. This is February. And you're going to see a lot of expats. And I asked Tony, well, don't you need a car if you live up here? And he says, no, because they have buses that go up and down all through here, so you really don't need a car. But look at those beautiful condos, houses. Look at this little apartment place with a view of the ocean. They don't have stuff like this in Ohio, where I'm from. They don't have this stuff. I lived in Cincinnati for 10 years. They didn't have this. This looks so much like Northern California. Beautiful views. Yeah. I only have a few more clips. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Really mellow. This is Zihuatanejo. This is a trip surely worth taking. I'm going to put up a video about this week. Let's see here. Okay, let's get to the good views. Here you go. Yeah, you get a condo up here. If you look in the middle of the screen, it's kind of hard to see the ocean there, but those are condos and houses right on the ocean in a bay all by itself. You could fish there. You could probably sunbathe nude there, get the good hoochie coochie thing going on there. And look at this. Oh, yeah, I was on tour with Tony, and he was pulling over every 5 minutes saying, oh, look at this. And all of those beaches, they all have different names. They have a few views like this in Puerto Vallarta. You really got to hunt around to find them. But Zihuatanejo is just filled with them. Look at this. You can live like this affordably. Hey, let's zoom out and get a good look so you can see everything that's going on. This is me and Tony checking out the joys of living in Mexico. And again, you can go snorkeling, scuba diving. You can party on the beach all night. You can buy some fentanyl, get live. Oh, let's go to another beach. This is what I'm talking about. This is in Zihuatanejo. I'm going to say it's going to be much more affordable than Ixtapa. I'm going to say pretty much for sure. But yeah, you don't have to live in Canada. You don't have to live in Texas. No, you don't have to live in Ohio. You can come down here and live like this. Yeah, until a hurricane come and wipe all of this out. That'll kind of put some rain on your sunshine when the hurricane come. But on a day like this day, the last week of February, you living good. You living good down here. This is, and where am I stopping here? Let me write down where I stopped. Write that down. Okay. Let me show you Tony's card again. I'm going to put out this video. Tony's Taxi and Services. I don't get a dime. I don't get a dime from Tony, but he picked me up at the bus station. He took me on tour. He picked me up at 6:30 in the morning to take me back to the station. The time I spent with him, if you spend time with Tony, you just want to make him your family and know him for the rest of your life. He's been in Zihuatanejo and Ixtapa for 25 years. Him, his wife, his two boys. One of his son is going to law school here in Morelia. If you make this trip, this is the guy you want to call to pick you up at the airport, pick you up at the bus station, take you on tour, help you get around town. Great guy. Let's get back to comments. I have about 6 more. I saved the 6 best views for last. Let me go back to comments. Okay, now. Okay. I'm scrolling back. Here we go. Tooth Fairy. It's called Euphoria, Bill. I walk around laughing to myself, and I never ever use drugs. I look half my age, and I know Tooth Fairy, you only like 25 years old. What, you look like you 12, 13? Shit. And I never ever use drugs. People calling me Senorita because I walk around looking happy every day. I'm telling you, man, that's what living in Mexico is like. It's like being on drugs. I don't have no drugs. I can't imagine taking any drugs. Why do it? That's funny. Why take drugs? I'm already high. I'm high. Can't you all tell I'm high? Woo! I'm high, man. I'm on a high buzz. There you go. Now, click the like button, and Katrina the Maker, thank you for advertising. I appreciate that. HB5, I've been ready to leave. Oh, you're in Cincinnati? I've been ready to leave Cincinnati for years. Should have never moved back. Oh, Cincinnati. Cincinnati is I lived there for 10 years. Oh, okay. Now, girl, I thought you were moving on. I thought you had something else to do. I believe what you're saying is very true. Living in the right country, right environment, right people, and the atmosphere is truly crucial to your health. I just got to, okay. Ray Lewis, fentanyl, really? Yeah, sure. Give it a shot. Give it a shot. I've never tried it yet. It's on my list, though. Got to give it a shot. My dog had a cleaning, 3 teeth removed, meds, lab work, pre and post surgery. It cost me $154 US. Glad to hear it. She thinks so. She speaks. Beautiful footage, Bill. I know you don't like the heat, but living close to the water brings peace to my soul. Yeah, she thinks so she speaks. Give this place a shot. It was touristy. There were a lot of Americans and Canadians there. This was February, but I bet none of them are there, and I bet it's way, I'm just going to say, cheaper than Mazatlan or Puerto Vallarta, maybe Merida. Okay, now I've been living abroad in other countries. I definitely know I want to live outside. There's no reason at all to live in the United States. Good morning, my hubby. oh, yeah. Hey, girl. I'm high. Good morning, my hubby. I'm high on life, too. Nothing like being high on life. I tell you, man. I am high on life. A little story I want to interject here. I walk Monday through Friday if I'm at home and not on the road. I walk 5 miles every Monday through Friday. So up and down my street, up the hill, downhill, up the hill, down. So I know everybody on my street. So my apartment manager, Claudia and her husband, Emilio, they're pulling out of where they live. They got an electric door. That opens up. They're pulling out. Very friendly people. Emilio knows like 4 or 5 languages. And they have a really nice car. And every morning, if our timing is right, Emilio always lowers his electric window and sticks his hand. He always says, "Good morning, Bill. How are you doing?" In perfect English. And then Claudia waves. Then they have this little 4-year-old boy who's always in the back seat. Right? I say hi to him and they go on their way. So this week, something funny happened this week. This week, I don't know where Emilio was, and it was just Claudia and the little boy. And so, I wave at them. They're driving down. And then I hear a voice saying, "Hey, hey." And, I hear this voice saying, "Hey, hey." And I turn around, and the little boy's in the back seat, and Claudia has put his window down. And the little boy's like 4 years old, cutest little boy. He's saying, "Hi, good morning. How are you doing?" And you could just see his face. He just loved me so much. He just wanted to talk to me and say hello so much. I don't know the little boy's name. I know Claudia's name. I know me, but it was like I was a rock star or something like that. And to add to that, I tell you what, man, when Obama was president, people used to stop me on the street. Strangers, they would just stop me and say, "I like Obama. Obama, very good. I like Obama." I mean, it happened a lot. That was for 8 years. And when I was living in Puerto Vallarta, sometimes Mexican families, they got a family, you got mom, dad, they got 4 or 5 kids. They would stop me on the Malecon in Puerto Vallarta to take their picture with me. What? Why? Because I look like Obama. And they would be so happy just to take a picture with me. It was, I mean, when Obama was president, it was fabulous down here. All right, now, let's see what's going on now. Lisa, we are visiting in June. We have to figure out what neighborhoods are the best looking, to build a home, right? My girlfriend's building a home down here. Make sure you add a room for me. When you build my room, I just want a view and a hot tub out on the deck. All right. Hear what I'm saying? Yeah. Put that in your building plans. Good. This morning, Bill, Bloomberg News crowned La Presidenta Claudia Sheinbaum as the most powerful woman in the world. Right on. Kimberly, Good luck to you, James Mercer, on your projects. Delgado, God bless, and God bless you too. Forgive the time. That's okay. Very good. Doc, hey, Bill, just checking in. It's a beautiful sunny day in Atlanta. All right, now, what's this one? This is not new comments. Oh, we got a lot of comments here that I haven't seen. Where are you living now? Now I live in Morelia. And if you don't know where Morelia is, hold on a second. Let me show you where and I didn't know where Morelia is. Share this tab instead. That should work. No, I don't want to do that. Here's what I do want to do. Oh man, I'm in the wrong spot. I got too much going on. So now I live in Morelia, and you can see it's right in the middle of Mexico. And the beauty of living in the middle of Mexico is that, given that I travel a lot, that's a pretty cool thing. Living, let's zoom out a bit. Okay. And you know, some people don't know. Here is Morelia over here. And Morelia is about 3.5 hour bus ride from Mexico City. Morelia is about a 3.5 hour bus ride from Guadalajara. And you may as well say Guadalajara, Ajijic, Chapala, Jocotepec. Morelia is about 3 hour bus ride to the city of Guanajuato, if that. León, the leather capital of Mexico. And you have to go there in November for the annual balloon festival. Fabulous thing to do. They have a website. This is a life-changing event, going to the León International Balloon Festival. They put up like 600 balloons. You got to get there around 5:30 in the morning. But that is where I live, here in the center of Mexico, in a city in Morelia, Michoacan, in the center of Mexico. Probably has one of the best climates in the world. Let's get back to comments. Okay. Okay. I'm checking here. This month, yes, we did that. Okay. I think I was okay. Okay, now. Can't wait to be in Mexico full time. Always loved it there. Also felt a sense of peace. There you go. Yes. And this is a very loving group here. This is a very loving group here. Deep Think Now. How many tell you they know? Nobody. No Mexican ever has told me they like Trump. No, in fact, no person has ever. We got you, Bill. We'll make you a casita right on my Cuban girlfriend, right on Johnny Williams. Good morning, my brother. I'm happy to see you're doing well. I'm just checking in. It's a nice day here in Texas. Thank you, Johnny Williams. Nothing like being high on life. I walk 6 miles a day, 7 days a week, Bill. Good for you, girl. And I tell you what, I've been exercising my entire life. I mean, I ran I wrestled in junior high. I ran track in high school. I played freshman football college at Dartmouth. I sucked. I ran track at Dartmouth freshman year. I sucked at that too. Okay. But I always worked out. And the easiest workout for me, after training with professional athletes for many years, Walking is so easy because you walk an hour 5 days a week and you won't have any body fat at all. And you'll always be healthy. Walking is so easy. And if you do it regularly, I have no body fat. And I tell you what, this was like 2 weeks ago, and I forget what I was doing, but my pants were down. And I looked down at my legs. I was sitting down. I looked down at my legs, and they're all muscular. I said, damn, what? Whose legs are those? I got legs like Arnold. I got Arnold Schwarzenegger legs when he was like 40 years ago. I mean, girls, if you come down to Morelia, the first thing you want to do is look me up and say, Bill, can we see your legs? Yeah, sure. Okay, now, here we go. Where's the best airport to fly into? I don't know what city you're talking about, but if you mean Morelia, Morelia has an international airport. Or if you're talking about Zihuatanejo, surprisingly, they have an international airport also. Okay, now. Okay, yes, okay. Here we go. Bill, that's the intelligence of Mexican children. The Mexican children are curious and inquisitive. Unlike American children, when they see English speaking, they are excited to engage in English. Yes. Okay, we have a few. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. I am caught up. Let me go back to a few more media assets. I only have again, I'm with Tony here. I only have a few more views to share with you. Here we go. There you go. Look at this view. That's the freeway headed from Zihuatanejo to Ixtapa. It's only like 10 to 15 minute drive. The taxi will charge you about 160 pesos. That's about $8. It depends on who your taxi driver is. And this is the view of Ixtapa from the freeway. And this is like the Hollywood of the area. This area is expensive. To get a nice hotel room there. I mean, I've heard of cheaper rooms, but it can run you anywhere from $90 to $250, $300 a night. And I'm almost out of clips. Another clip of the resorts in Ixtapa. Yes, it was a beautiful, beautiful trip. And if you love the ocean, she speaks, so she thinks. It's a very nice and very affordable place. I have one more video clip here. Another ocean view that Tony shared with me. This is on the Zihuatanejo side. And this is what we don't have in Morelia. We don't have ocean. This is the downside of not living on the ocean. You ain't got no ocean. But living away from the ocean, you ain't got no hurricanes either. I've been through hurricanes. That is no fun at all. Okay. Greetings from Chicago. My family is in Morelia. I don't have any family members there anymore, but I was told by older family members that roses and flowers go everywhere there. And there you go, folks. And Steve in Kansas City, thank you very much. I'm getting ready to shut down. I'll be on the road this week. I'm heading north. This week. I'm going north of Morelia. And you'll find out what that means next week. And I'm going to be going north for a while because we're going into summertime. I sure as hell don't want to go south in the summertime because it's going to be hot as hell. But I'm headed north, and I'm going to show you in the upcoming weeks and all the time. I think the thing about the Bill Dallas Lewis channel is we show you places that other YouTubers never even heard of. Well, I like to go to cities and towns where the population is somewhere between maybe 30,000 to 400,000 people, in nice populations, highly affordable, where you can live and pay $400 a month for rent, hardly any food cost, with no Canadians, no Americans, just you and a lot of Mexicans. Okay, now here we go. I'm looking you up, Bill. Add me as another girlfriend. Yeah, girl, come on down. I'll show you my legs and you can show me yours. Let's go with that. Okay, now here we go. So I'm getting ready to get out of here, you guys. Another great day here in Mexico. I hope this broadcast was cool. We do this every Saturday live at 10 a.m. Central Time. If you want to donate to the channel and you're watching, I'm sorry. If you want to donate to the channel and you're watching the rebroadcast, you can just go down into the description below and click that donate button. Right now, we have 75 people in the house. We have 54 likes. On your way out, click the subscribe button. We're headed to 14,000 subscribers. I think we'll get to 14,000 by the end of April. I'd like to get up to 18,000 by the end of the year. Also, if stay informed, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world today. Check out the Midas Touch on YouTube. I watch about 5 Midas Touch videos every day. This is the most popular real news channel in the world. They get more views than ABC, CBS, MSNBC, Fox, Nazi News. Stay informed. They will keep you informed throughout the day in these turbulent times. I don't make any money from these guys either. There's another channel. It's called The Bulwark. It's very important that we stay informed because I was talking shit a year ago. I probably lost 10,000 subscribers just saying what was on my mind. I bought all my mega subscribers unsubscribed. Fine. But now stuff is really complicated, and stuff is getting so complicated that you have to stay informed every day. So Midas Touch, if I'm not saying it, go to the Midas Touch at least once a day and check out a couple of their fabulous videos. Okay, now let's go over here. We got some more comments. I want to thank Johnny Williams for contributing to the channel. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. Now I got some more questions to answer. Bill, which major airport would you recommend flying into when traveling to Morelia? Morelia has an international airport. Yes, click that like button. I will have to check out Times Radio in the UK. Thank you very much. Okay, now, Stephen, maybe a more comprehensive expose on Leon. Okay, I did a video on Leon about a year ago. I have to go back. I could do better. Thank you, Stefan, very much. Linda, Midas Touch is the best. So are all. Thank you so much. Midas Touch is the bomb. And if Tooth Fairy says it's so, it must be so. Now, I'm getting ready to hit the road, everybody. I'm headed down to my little grocery store. After I go live on Saturday, this is the end of the week for me. So to everybody, all I have to say is adios, hasta luego, love you all, que vaya bien. Thanks for joining me again on another beautiful Saturday in Morelia, Mexico. I'm Bill the Geek. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel, broadcasting again live on another Saturday. We do this every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time. And if you're in Morelia or other parts of Mexico, that might be 9 a.m. But if you want to know when we're going live, just go to Google and type in 10. Ask what time is it in Chicago? Because we go live at 10 a.m. Chicago time. 10 a.m. Chicago time. We do this in the spring, the fall, the winter time. What other time is this? A spring, winter, summer. I'm missing. I know there are only 4, but we do this every Saturday at 10 a.m. Chicago time. Rain, shine, hurricanes, all of that. So I'm out of here. Love you all. Thank you for joining us. And see you next week or in the next video.